as the Spanish Inquisition. It truly captures the idea of government entrapment. My friends, by show of applause, help me welcome to the stage the suffocating darkness that is the Pit and the Pendulum.
I was sick. Sick unto death with that long agony. The sentence, that dreaded sentence of death, was the last distinct sound I heard. Then silence. Excuse me. Yeah, I saw the black-robed judges. Their lips moved. No sound reached me. The figures of them vanished, and I sank into nothingness. Then stillness. Silence. I lay upon my back, unbound. I reached out my hand and it fell upon something damp and hard. I wished not to see. I quickly unclosed my eyes, and I was met by the eternal blackness of night. It appeared to me that a long time had since elapsed. Yet, not for a moment did I suppose myself actually dead. I stood and cautiously moved forward, my arm extended. After a few paces, my hand came in contact with a wall, presumably of stone masonry. It was cold and wet, slimy. I tore a piece of my robe and I attached it there, marking my path. And after hours of careful exploration, I found myself at the fragment again. I estimated that room to be about 50 yards in circumference. So I made a decision to go towards what I thought was the center of the room. Only 10 or 12 paces later, the hem of my robe entangled between my legs, and I fell violently on my face. My chin now resting on the prison floor, but my face and my lips touched nothing. I shuddered to find that I had fallen to the edge of a circular pit. I dislodged one of the stones and I allowed it to fall into the abyss. I hearkened for many seconds, listening to its reverberations as it dashed against the sides of the chasm in its descent, soon to be followed by a sudden plunge into water. I continued my exploration, but quickly grew very tired, so I thought it best I rest myself. So I did. And when I woke, at my side appeared a loaf of bread and a pitcher of water. I became an animal. I emptied that vessel the moment I laid eyes upon it. And it must have been drugged! For a deep sleep had taken hold of me once again. And when I woke the second time, I found myself bound to this wooden structure by a single strap, leaving at liberty only my head and my arm. Looking upward, I surveyed the ceiling. And in one of its panels had the painted figure of time, save that in lieu of the scythe, he held a huge pendulum. Oh, I saw it in motion. Its sweep was brief, yet fearfully wondrous. I could no longer doubt the doom that was prepared for me. I began to go mad. So much so that I began to force myself upward to achieve some kind of end to this torture. But then I suddenly fell calm, and I lay smiling at that glittering death. For the first time in hours or days, I could think clearly. One stroke of that pendulum, and it would fray the strap, leaving me a chance at freedom. But then, my attention was suddenly drawn to the floor. You see, there were large rats circling my structure. So I made a choice. I took the oils of my food scraps and I smeared them wherever I could reach it. Those vermin, they busied themselves at once, chewing away at the strap. Their cold lips touching mine, nearly suffocating me with that thronging. But I knew that my suffering had not been in vain. You see, the strap, it started to loosen. One quick wave of my hand sent my deliverer scurrying away, and I slid from death. And for one small moment, I felt free. Free! Yet, in the grips of the Inquisition, I am stabbed from my bed of horrors. When that machine ceased its motion, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it thrown up into the ceiling! And I knew from that very moment I was being watched. My every move surveyed like some animal in a cage. Free. Free to face a fate worse than death. Free. It was an utter lie.